Yoshinori Kitase says he would love to do another Final Fantasy VII film or even a television series. Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking. That sounds like a terrible idea, but it's not as bad as you think. In fact, it might be one of the best moves that they could possibly make right now. And that's not all the Final Fantasy VII news that we have today. We also have a brand new trailer for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on PC, and we're going to be taking a look at that right now and see how the visuals have improved from the base PS5 and the PS5 Pro. So immediately, you'll notice that they actually uploaded this one in 4K 60. Now, this is something that normally they haven't done. They've done like terrible bit rates and stuff, but this looks crisp. Like, oh my god, dude. The quality is so much better than base PS5.
Trips all over the world like you guys.
Trips. I think you mean business trips.
I don't even need a side-by-side.
Though you do learn stuff on them.
It looks that much better. Improved lighting.
Just you wait.
Wow, look how good Tifa looks here. Again, the visual clarity of the image is just impressive. Enhanced visuals. Yeah, no kidding. The fluidity of the image, dude, the clarity. And again, a lot of these improvements, the lighting, the textures, this is exclusive to PC. So even if you have the PS5 Pro version, you're not going to be getting it unless you have the game on PC. God, that looks so good. Man, dude. Oh my god. The PC version is worth the wait. It's so worth the wait, dude. It's like the best looking version of this game by far. Of course it should be. It's running on a PC. Customizable on-screen NPC count. It seems like there's actually going to be like options for like settings for like running this on PC, because Remake didn't have any. There was just graphics high, graphics low, and that was pretty much it.
I couldn't have dreamt that.
Wild that they're showing this scene in particular in the trailer. Wow, that is awesome. Oh my god, dude, it looks so good. Now, if you're as blown away as I am with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on PC, I'd like to remind you that you can get the Remake Rebirth Twin Pack thanks to our sponsor Instant Gaming for only $55. Guys, if you go straight through Steam, this is $70, so you're saving like 15 bucks. It's a good deal. They also allow us to give away a free game at the end of every month, so make sure at the very least that you go ahead and hit participate. You got 22 days as of the recording of this video to make sure you secured your free game. So be sure to check the link in the description or pinned comment below. The visual upgrade here is absolutely nutty. Like, holy crap, dog. It looks so good. Now, I know a lot of you who don't necessarily have the same technical eye will have seen this on, say, your base PS5, and to you, you're gonna think that this doesn't look that drastically different from what you were already playing. And that's completely fine. If that's how you feel, if you feel that the PS5's performance mode already looked that good to you, then yeah, I guess you don't need to rebuy this game on PC, or you don't need a PS5 Pro. But for anyone who does have that technical eye, who is able to spot the difference in resolution, spot the difference in frame rate, the PC version of this game is absolutely mind-blowing. And the more and more that we see of this game, it truly is looking like PC is going to be the definitive place to play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And not only are you going to be able to play this game in the highest fidelity possible, Square Enix has previously confirmed that they are trying to optimize the game for Steam Deck. And if you're like me and you're a huge Steam Deck fan, there's a good chance you're going to be able to take this game on the go with you. And that to me is really exciting. I'm imagining playing Queen's Blood on the go, doing a lot of Gold Saucer minigames and stuff like that on the go, where frame rate and resolution aren't that sensitive, and they lend really well to portable play. It's also a really good time to tackle a lot of the game's side content, and then save the big main story sequences for when you're at your PC and you want that crisp 4K 60 image. I know for a lot of people, you already own the game on PS5 and you don't want to buy it a second time. I think that's completely fair, but I also think that if you are absolutely obsessed with Final Fantasy VII and you want to play Rebirth at the definitive quality and you also to own a nice PC, then I think this game is definitely worth checking out, especially if you have one of the new 5000 series graphics cards, which are going to be rolling out later this month. I'm sure that this thing is going to look absolutely fantastic. As I mentioned before, I'm a really huge fan of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's definitely, like, without question, the most I've enjoyed a single player mainline Final Fantasy since 10. And while I do have my gripes with the story, I could go on about quite a bit, I would still rank this among one of the best Final Fantasy games ever made, ever, period. I still stand by my review. I don't know why actually some of you like doubt or question that review or like think that I've moved beyond it, but no, I actually still really stand by that this is one of the most content-dense, highest quality FF games ever made. The sales situation has been kind of a shame because I do believe 100% that more people should be playing this game. You know, I've been playing FF games for a really long time, basically my whole life. And when it comes to modern Final Fantasy, there's always been this very tense relationship between the fans and the games. But I do think that Rebirth is kind of the first game that I played post 10 where I said, this is the game that gets Final Fantasy back on track. So if you're watching this video and you're wondering, should I play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? I didn't pick it up on PS5 or I don't have a PS5. The answer is yes. I do recommend getting the twin pack if you haven't played Remake, but I mean, worst case scenario, work your way backwards. If you want to start with Rebirth, I know this is going to upset a lot of people, go ahead and start with it. Watch a cutscene summary of Remake, go back to Remake afterward. I know a lot of you think that you have to play everything in order, but brother, I started Dragon Ball Z with the Cell Saga and still became a fan. You don't have to watch everything meticulously in order to click with something. Usually, you know, if characters are really good, the story seems really interesting, people are capable enough, people are sentient enough to understand that they may have missed part of it and not everything is going to be explicitly explained to them because they did miss a first part and they will have to work their way backward. But I don't think it stops people from really enjoying it or experiencing it. How many people started with God of War 2018, Mass Effect 2, The Witcher 3? Play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth if you want to and you get the chance. Now let's talk about this, because I know a lot of you would immediately think NSP would be so against this. This would be asking for more compilation slop. Advent Children wasn't the worst film in the world, but in terms of following up Final Fantasy VII, not really what I had wanted at the time. But first, let's take a look at the article and read Yoshinori Kitase's statement. Series brand manager Yoshinori Kitase, who directed Final Fantasy VI, VII, and VIII, is currently serving as producer on the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy, was asked about the potential for a movie or TV adaptation during a recent interview. We don't have anything officially planned, so this is just my personal sort of wish. But yeah, I've heard various Hollywood directors and actors playing Final Fantasy VII, and many creators also respect the title. I've been hearing things about creators out there who are very interested in the property, who love the Final Fantasy VII universe, he continued. And so yeah, personally, I'd love to see something that comes out of these creators in terms of like a cinematic or some kind of visual piece. Video game adaptations are incredibly important to the sales and marketing meta of games nowadays. If you produce a good live action or a good animated series, you can see the sales for your game absolutely explode. Just take a look at this. The Last of Us sees sales surge as high as 322% following the TV show debut. And if that's not enough for you, Cyberpunk Edgerunners helped push CD Projekt Red to the third best quarter in their entire history. And if all that still doesn't do it for you, since the release of the television show, Fallout 4 sales in Europe boosted by a whopping 7,500%. Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 76 have also seen major sales increases, with both titles joining Fallout 4 in the UK's top 10 sales charts. Listen, this is something that I'll probably talk at length about more in another video, maybe a video dedicated to this entirely. But there is absolutely no denying that these video game live actions are doing incredible numbers for the games. And when we talk about bringing more attention to games like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, it really does seem to me one of the best things they could do is put out like a Final Fantasy VII Netflix thing. Now here's my personal idea of what they should do. They should take all the CG assets that they've been making with both of the games and make a Netflix series. They could also do an anime that would probably be cheaper. But essentially, what I would have done from the start really is that while Rebirth was coming out, I would have had an entire anime adaptation of Final Fantasy VII Remake, specifically so that people who did not play the game could just go and watch the anime and then go pick up Rebirth. In a similar fashion, leading into part 3, I would have turned Final Fantasy VII Rebirth into season 2 of said anime, so you can watch season 1 and season 2 and then immediately hop into playing the third game. This would serve as both an advertisement for the game and a functional way to catch people up between the games, so that everyone was on the same page with the story. That is how I would have done it. Of course, if you're gonna make something within the FF7 universe, I would prefer that it's not live action though. That's like the only thing that I say is just off limits. But if you are going to do live action, please don't use existing characters. I do not want to see a live action Cloud or anything else like that. I don't think you can really capture the essence of these characters in a live action, no matter how realistic they look in the current CGI and the current in-game graphics. I just don't want to see, you know, Tom Holland playing Cloud. Nothing against Tom. But these are just my thoughts. Please let me know yours in the comments below. Be sure to check out Final Fantasy VII Remake Rebirth Twin Pack on Instant Gaming, and I'll see you all in the next video. Later, guys.